Welcome to Magic Arcanum. I'm Ryan Gomez. Behind the scenes is Nicole Burdick, and we're so glad you're here because it's story time. Today we're talking about how to pack the perfect magic bag, and this applies in all sorts of situations. You could be a new player heading to your first FNM at your local store. You could be a returning player drawn in by a big regional tournament. Or you could be excited to attend a Magic Con and are overwhelmed at all of the things to see and do at an event like that, and you want to make sure you're prepared for everything. In my 25 years of playing, I have learned everyone needs a magic bag, and every magic bag needs 3 things. I'll tell you all about them, but first, let me tell you this. These magic bag tips are sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, and they've got great resources of their own to help you plan for your next Magic Con experience. Featuring live panels, vendor booths, card artists, cosplayers, and all of the magic you could possibly want to play, Magic Cons are an event like no other. So use my link down below to learn how you can participate in these incredible moments. Alright, now back to my 3 things every magic bag needs. The first is space, which is all of the room you have to put your stuff. That sounds obvious, but as is often the case when dealing with magic, there is a lot to ponder. This will be a lot easier to explain if I just show you my magic bag, which is this one. It's technically a photographer's backpack or camera bag, and it has a lot of space while still being organized. Inside, there are foam dividers with Velcro tabs, which means I can rearrange the structure of this bag to hold items of different sizes and shapes. Most of the time, I use a layout just like this, which gives me room for several deck boxes, the standard unit of measure for Magic players. The contents of these deck boxes is flexible, of course. Personally, I always carry at least 1 Commander deck and 1 Pioneer deck. And then, if I'm doing a limited event, I'll bring my draft kit, which is mostly a bunch of pre-sleeved matching basic lands that fit into another deck box. But these little cubbies can also be used to hold other important things you will need, like dice or yet another deck box filled with tokens. There's space on the outside too. This side slot would be used to carry a camera tripod, but it works great for playmats, either in a protective tube or out. You just have to pull this little strap here nice and tight, and you're good to go. Opposite of that, we've got a handy spot here for your favorite drink and an exterior pocket perfect for holding markers. Why would you need markers? Well, maybe you're going to bump into someone famous at a Magic Con and you want to get their signature on a card or on your playmat. Having a couple of quality permanent markers in easy reach saves everyone time. My favorite part about this bag in particular is that it has a lot of space, but it is organized, flexible, and easy to carry. It fits in an overhead when flying or under a chair while playing in a crowded convention hall. Which actually brings me to the second thing that every good magic bag needs, and that is security. I see my decks as a part of me. They have value, and not just in the money sense, but they contain memories and experiences. And I would hate to ever lose those cards that have helped me to tell my story. So when I put my bag under my chair, I always put a chair leg through one of the shoulder strap loops. That way, nobody can just grab the bag and take off with it while I'm distracted by Nicole's army of spiders. I also slipped a tracking tag into this little pocket that kind of blends in with the padding on the backside. If I notice my bag is missing, I at least now have a chance of narrowing down where it might be. You could also invest in locks for the zippers, but the trade-off is you are inconveniencing yourself every time you want to go into your own bag. But depending on how much you value the contents, maybe that's worth it to you. Personally, I just make sure this rain flap here is folded down, which makes the zippers harder to open, which is enough to discourage any attacks of opportunity while standing around in a crowd. One other good trick for security is to make your magic bag easy to spot. Make it iconic. Make it yours. Which brings me to the third thing every magic bag needs, and that is style. I get it, black is cool, black is timeless, black matches everything, but it also blends in and gets forgotten about in the shadows under a table while you're grabbing food between rounds. So get a bag with a fun or vibrant color. Then accessorize. Pins and patches can show off your identity and help you recognize your bag at a distance in case you do get separated. I have this cool Kamigawa pendant that I thread through this upper handle and let it hang down like a charm. You could do something similar with your lanyards from previous conventions, or a colorful ribbon, or old necklace, or scarf. Magic is a game full of opportunities for self-expression, and that should apply to your bag too. Find one that offers enough space for everything you need, and then secure it with style. What's your perfect magic bag like? Tell me about it in the comments, and check out my MagicCon link while you're down there. Then make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. We'll see ya.